The game shows has released the new FAQ about Age of Sigmar 4th edition Skaventide, the 28th January 2026. These ones are about the rules update for Age of Sigmar and the Warhammer Darkwater facts. So about these Warhammer Darkwater ones, I make you see quite fast about this one, so to have a sight about, but remember that are about the Warhammer Quest game, so pay attention about this. And about the rules updates, I show you about the facts that has been updated, so I'll focus only about the new things. So if you're interested about to see the previous fact, I invite you to see in description the link to the previous video so that I can focus only on the new ones that has been brought. And has been added also another thing, so I'll show you right now. The game show has released in January the new Battletome Maggotking of Nurgle. So the 14th January 2026, it has released also the Regiment Renown, the Spearhead, and the battle profiles about this new Battletome. Remember that about the Regiment Renown and the Spearhead, you can go to see in the relative section for the Warhammer community part of the download part for the Age of Sigmar, so that you can find them for free. And now let's see fast the part about the battle profiles for this Battletome of Nurgle. So we can see that you added quite a lot of new unit to this new Battletome Maggotking of Nurgle, and at the same time a lot of units had a discount compared to the previous faction pack about the Maggotking of Nurgle itself. So it will be quite fun to play with these ones. Remember that there are some units that are a bit expensive, because we have, for example, the Festus of the Lich Lord that is 320 points, but at the same time it's a main character, it's a named character itself, so not bad at all. And also we can see some new units that are available. So we have seen about the Shaman Wolf that is coming from Darkwater as the set box, so not bad at all. And some unit is saving quite a lot of money if you think about the points, because we have, for example, the Gritan King one and the Glow King that it's 30 points less, so quite a lot to play with. And if you go to see, other than having the amazing Pesticles, that both the standard one and the ones from Darkwater, it's amazing as models. We have, for example, the Putrid Black King that it's 60 points less, so it means that you can really play quite a lot, you can save quite a lot of points from other units and the Black King themselves, and play maybe another unit too, so you can have quite a lot of intriguing ways, in my opinion, so not bad at all. And then we can see also the part about the battle formations, the battle trait, and so on, that are now 0 point each, so you can try different combination without any issue about having to balance the point and so on, but you can try multiple times with everything that you can have fantasy about, so not bad at all. And I have the new Chaos Regiment about Nurgle that can be taken by the other Battletome of Chaos itself. So it will be really quite interesting to have some combination, maybe some trying to make them a sort of aliens, so not bad at all. In my opinion, it will be really quite intriguing to have listing about these ones for the ones that are playing with the Maggotking of Nurgle itself and going against, because it's a new army and it will be interesting to know how you can perform against, so not bad at all. So let's see about this fact for Warhammer Quest Darkwater. I was quite curious to see the style about this one, so we can see, and it's the same style as for the facts about AoS, and I quite like, sincerely, because they're really quite easy to find the change and so on, and it's nice in my opinion. So eventually you can try to print them and so on. I not read in the future other about Darkwater because I don't have the game, so it's useless to me. And at the same time are something that I could comment if I don't know completely the rules. Still, I think that it's something that it's quite intriguing, and I hope that in the future Warhammer 40k will have a style like this. Maybe we'll see with a new edition about this summer. Okay, so let's go to see about the facts for Age of Sigmar this time. So let's start with the fact for Age of Sigmar, and I'll jump fact to fact about the ones that has been changed for the various sections. So let's start. So let's start with the fact about the core rules, and we can find one that is it about the visibility and a specific case, because if a no-fly infantry hero, for example the Shinari Guardian, is a Shrine Guardian of a Shrine Luminor, and that Shrine Guardian is within 1 inch of an obscuring terrain feature, is the Shrine Guardian visible to enemy abilities that target the Shrine Guardian? And they say yes. So we take it like it is, because Here it's really quite specific about the parts. So in the case that you need, now there is the FAQ. And then we move on to the fact about the events rules. Here we have a single one, and sincerely I think that it's obvious from the beginning, but better that it's specified now, okay? So when ability A references ability B, where B is in a different rule set from the one I am using, can I use ability B? For example, if I'm playing the Big Wag army of renown and have Godrock in my army, can I use WAG abilities? For example, Iron Jaw's WAG ability, reinforced by Godrock Voice of Gork ability? No. In the example above, Voice of Gork is a reaction to WAG ability, and as there are no such abilities in the big WAG faction rules, then the Voice of Gork ability cannot be used in the big WAG army, and never does it grant access to WAG abilities. And I think that it's obvious because you don't have that rules. So even if you have a referral, you don't have the rules you are referring to. So it's obvious, okay, we've seen really tons of cases similar to these ones, but if avoid any misunderstanding, because this, remember that it's a specific case, but it's referring about something more general as question. So now it's specified that you can't use something that you are not have a referral about. So pay attention, because it's really quite important. It has been one important thing, for example, about my analysis for the estimate of a shoot, that was missing the part about creating from the beginning, the part about the tokens that were needed about the estimate of a shoot. So it's the same here. It's missing a basic rules. You can't apply that rule. Okay, so pay attention. Then have a new fact about the Spearhead, Sand and Bone, and it's about the Sunblood Provers that change the timing of the Vengeance of Azir. So, okay, sincerely I would have expected this the previous month, because has been added a lot of refer about the Sunblood Provers last month. Anyway, now there is, so you simply have to change this timing if you need. Pay attention about this case. Then we move to the rat about the faction packs, and here we can see the remove the deleted part about the Maggotting, and it's obvious that it's like this because in January has been released the new Battletome of the Maggotting we've seen also before something related, okay? And anticipate you that usually the facts are brought out from the facts and then the next month included. This time has been included directly, so later we see also new fact about the Battletome of the Maggotting, and I love about such thing because you can see what has been removed, so you can see each month what has been removed and so on, but you are conscious about the changes, and I love such things. So everything in this case related about the Maggotting faction pack has been taken out and perfect like this. And now the facts about the faction pack. We can start with the cities of Sigmar. Can a Luminarch of Aish use the covering fire command to shoot with its searing beam of light? And say no, because attacks made with searing beam of light require you to pick a point on the battlefield to be the target rather than an enemy unit. So it means that this fact it's important not only for the city of Sigmar but generally, because it means that the covering fire command has to target. So you have to pay attention when you can use such command fire, covering fire as command. So it's really quite important one. Then we can see about the Luminate Gravelords here, that it's about how much mortal damage is inflicted on the target the first time I successfully cast the Beam of Ahish spell in a turn, and say D3. So okay, I take a note because I don't have anything about the Luminate Gravelords, so okay. One thing that is strange is that these facts about the Maggotting has not been removed, so okay, because I don't have the new Battletome or the Maggotting. I can say if these ones should be still, or it's a problem because they haven't simply removed these ones, but okay. For now there are, but pay attention because they could be removed in the next month, okay. Then here we have about the Growing Wood ability. So does the Growing Wood ability increase the range measured from an awakened wildwood that a brand witch must be wholly within in order to use its Fury of the Forest ability, or the range measured from the brand witch that target the Fury of Forest ability must be wholly within, or both ranges? and say it only increases the range measured from an awakened wildwood that a branch witch must be wholly within in order to use the Fury of Forest. So, always a problem about these really problematic. They are really quite problematic, this wildwood, because a lot of facts and so on changes are always related about these ones. So now you know how it works. Okay, pure Sivanet, but okay, now it's a bit better, I think. And I've had the part about the errata and facts about the battles. We can start with the Blades of Corn. Here you can see the change about the blood drenched ability, and sincerely we're seeing this modified the previous month. So okay, again, go to see what it changed, because sincerely I don't want to go to see and compare every line to understand that it's been changed only a sentence. Okay, so pay attention away, because if you're going to play this, it's important, so pay attention. Then we can see again nothing changed here, nothing about the facts about the Battlecom. Here we can see about the Fresh Eater course, a change about the Path to Glory. Okay, sincerely, if you're going to play Path to Glory, even if I play the Fresh Eater course, but I don't care too much, so you go to see about the change little one that has been brought, because has been brought only that one. The Goosebite Kids, nothing, and it's good because that changes a bit too much. Okay, then we can see about the Metal Shoot, and that Metal Shoot, see a change here about the Dominator and Junk with Immolation Cannon. This one has been changed the last month. Here has been changed with the declaration. Okay, that it makes that declare pick 2 or more visible enemy units. Instead, before it was just any unit. So this it's more important, because it means that you can't choose only one, but you have to have 2 or more. So okay, pay attention about this change, because it's really quite important. Then we can see nothing changed about the facts about. Okay, the Idon and Deepkin are exactly the same. The current overlord stay the same. Okay, there is a fact related. So if I use the Blessbeard and Sons Bambloozing Flag Gun artifact power to remove a dice from my opponent's charge roll, and then my opponent use a forward to victory command, how many dice does my opponent roll that about that charge roll? And they see that they will roll the number of dice left in the charge roll after one dice has been removed. For example, if the original charge roll was made with 2 dice and one of those dice was removed by the Blessbeard and Sons of Bamboozling Flag Gun, your opponent would reroll that one remaining dice to determine the rerolled charge roll. It's obvious like this, okay, but useful also for other cases. So even if it's referred about the Caradon, anyway, it's useful for any other that it's similar about happening. And here I told you that there was some errata about the Maggotting Nurgle, and here it is about the Blue-Teeth Black Kings. So add the following to the effect of the disconfronting stench. In addition, your opponent cannot give that priest any ritual points for the rest of the phase. Okay, sincerely I don't know about the rules itself that should be referred, but here you have something that you are interested eventually about. I'm quite curious to see if the next month we see much more, because it has been played more. But if this would be the only one, not bad at all. Okay, it's a good start to see only a change from a new Battletome. Then we can see about the Night Hunt. Here we can see these ones that has been changed are both about the same. So for the Regiment Renown, the Craven from Executioner, and the Regiment Renown Casket of Resurrection, it was missing the part about the rule Ethereal. So now has been added, and I think that it was due because anyway it's an account, so it was strange not having that one. So remember that with the Ethereal, ignore the negative modifier to save rolls for units in this Regiment of Renown. It's simple one, but better to have because it's really quite important at the end. So okay. For the Oracle World class, we don't have anything that has been changed. Yeah, so okay. Skaven, Lucky remain the same, are one of the oldest, okay. Slay to Darkness remain the same, as you can see. And then we had the part about the Soulblight Gravelords. Here we can see one important thing instead. So the Army Renown Knights of Crimson Keep add Fellbats to the roster option. Here it's quite important because the Fellbats are quite cheap, so it means that you can play with the part about the units that you're going, because it was otherwise only riders, okay? So with this, we maintain a really fast unit, and at the same time we characterize. I can understand that one, but sincerely, this it's really quite an important one as updating, okay? So pay attention, because if you're going to play with the Crimson Keep, here we have something that can change a lot about the composition, so not bad at all. Then we can start to see about the Stormcast Thanos that doesn't see any change, luckily, okay? And then we had the part about the Path to Glory, Ravage Coast, that remained the same, but here we can see something about the new Path to Glory, the Blighted Wilds. And here we can see a lot of little changes. Since I don't have the book, so I can't say if they are really quite worth or not, but they're really quite minimum from the part that I see. So here, okay, you can see what it's if you are interested about. So not bad at all at the end. So to say about such facts, since I find them really quite interesting, because other than the one about the Awakening Wildwood, the other ones are useful, because the one about the City of Sigmar, it's really quite useful to understand the Golden Fire. The one related about the Cardon, it's also understanding about the Forward to Victory. So they're really quite useful, and sincerely, I find that this edition it's really quite stable. Okay, I'm quite curious to see the next month if the Battletome Maggotking Nurgle will see something new, because it's really quite new, okay? And I'm still waiting for the Osebori Pest new Battletome, but still, I think that it's not bad at all. And I like that the facts about the Maggotking Nurgle are yet included here. I think that the one that we've seen about the Maggotking Nurgle facts for the faction pack will be removed, so it's not a problem. And okay, it's adjusting, and I quite like, because it means that this edition is going really quite good, and they are adjusting also the part about the Battletome publication and avoid certain refuse and so on, so that there are less mistake, I hope, at least. So I'm quite curious to know about your opinion instead. Do you like what you're seeing in this fact? Would you prefer something else? There is still some missing, or tell me about your opinion anyway. So, from deynonmod it's everything. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell so to receive notification about new video, to comment under here about this video, or if you want to suggest me new videos. So, I hope to see you again to the next time.